Okay, we should be live. Welcome back, everyone, to another YouTube live. We're trying to go live every single day. It's been pretty much 24 hours since Arsenal. Oh, volume's on. It's been about 24 hours since Arsenal bottled the game against Wolves. 2-0 up, and somehow we've managed to drop points. Somehow. We are the first team to be sitting first in the Premier League and bottle a 2-0 lead to a team in the relegation zone. We have just broken a record yesterday. You thought it couldn't get worse? It got worse. It definitely did get worse. Yo, what's good, Oliver, man? I seen you type in the chat whilst I was waiting. Appreciate you. How have you been, man? Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already, by the way. Make sure you hit that like button because we're trying to grow the channel, you know what I mean? And hitting the like button will boost the algorithm. Yo, Hamadoni, man, how you doing? How you doing? But today's live, we are going to be discussing, have Arsenal bottled it, or are Arsenal bottling the league at the moment? This is an interesting topic. If you think we are bottling the league, type in the chat. If you don't, then tell me you didn't. I was listening after the stream. Go on, Oliver. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, bro. Make sure, quickly, by the way, whoever's in the live, go to my YouTube video, Saka Signs, and just quickly like it and join back. Just quickly like the video and join back. That's all you have to do. That's all I'm asking for. Just like the video and join back. And then after the stream, you can go watch the video and support your boy. You know what I mean? I believe we can win something, though. Fair enough. Now, this bottling narrative is never gonna leave Arsenal Football Club. I made a video about it. I just don't think... I think rival fans will always know Arsenal as the bottlers. Before we were the banter club, now we're the bottlers. And I just don't think at the minute this bottlers narrative will leave anytime soon because we don't help ourselves. We definitely do not help ourselves, because how are you trying to tell me we bottled a 2-0 lead with half an hour to go against one of the worst sides the Premier League has seen in the last decade? It's simply not good enough, and things have to change because the North London derby is coming up, and if we drop points there, I'm calling the league off. Seriously, if we lose to Spurs, end the league. We're not going for the Premier League anymore. I've genuinely gotten to that point. 2 wins in our last 7 games. Draw against Liverpool, draw against Nottingham Forest, draw against Liverpool, draw against Nottingham Forest, lost against Manchester United, beat Leeds, beat Sunderland, drawn against Brentford, drawn against Wolves. That is not title winning form. You cannot win a Premier League with that as your recent form, especially towards the end of the season. It's just simply not good enough. Arsenal fans get all the scrutiny. Yeah, I know. And you know what really does my head in? Arsenal fans, the ones that back this team, even when we drop points. We dropped points against Brentford and I was happy. Well, not happy. Happy is the wrong word. I was content. I was given the leeway for this Arsenal side. Brentford, a very good team at the G-Tech Community Stadium. They're on form in the last 10 games. I'm pretty sure they were second and we were first. Brentford, a very solid team, and they probably should have won the game. And we got the point. And I just thought, take the point and leave. But yesterday, after every single Arsenal fan back in this football club, despite dropping points consistently this season, yesterday they completely let us all down. They completely let every single Arsenal fan down, and it's simply just not good enough. It really isn't. So many Arsenal fans backed this club. So many rival fans were talking about how we're bottlers. And fans like myself were saying, no, we're not bottlers. Absolutely not. This year's different. What an idiot I am. What an absolute idiot I am for believing that this was the year that we were going to get the Premier League. What an absolute prat. Trust me, this is Arsenal's year. I hope so. But I don't think it is. If we lose the Carabao Cup or if we lose to Spurs, the Carabao Cup one, it's not even about losing a trophy. It's about the mental game. If Manchester City, the team that we're in a title race with, if they get over the line in the Carabao Cup against us, that will be terrible. Mentally, that will be so bad. And the same with Spurs. Not only are we losing a game, we're losing to our biggest rivals, also getting Man City 2 points behind us with a game in hand. Please, no. Stop being so negative. Opta said it's 80% still for Arsenal to win the league. This is my issue with it though. The Premier League is still in our hands. Don't get me wrong. We're 2 points clear even if Man City win their game in hand. But PTSD. Like, Man City, I made a video about this. I was like, Man City, their last 12 games in the last 3 years is by far and away better than our last 12 games. The 22-23 season, we picked up 21 points in our last 12 games. Manchester City picked up 31. But you can excuse that because that was our first title race. Man City won the treble that year. They were in their prime. The next year, that's the only year we really, really fought for the title. We picked up 31 points in our last 12 games. Man City picked up 32. Then you can just say Man City were just simply better than us. And you got to affirm it. Last year, even though Man City were terrible last year, they still managed to pick up 6 more points than us in our final 12 games. Now, you could say last year we were focusing on the Champions League, and that is fair enough. But still, stats go against us. Last 12 games, we've got to be on our A game. I'm not going to lie. Something has to change within this squad. Mentally, like, Arteta, he has to change something immediately. All I'm saying is you guys need a left winger. I agree. I couldn't agree more with you. I think we definitely do need a left winger. Now, I love Gabriel Martinelli. I love Trossard, but Trossard's been good this season, but he's getting on a bit. Martinelli, man. I like him, but my word. Martinelli. He's cost us big time. So many games this season. Let's just go through it. The last 3 games that we dropped points in, apart from the Man United game, Nottingham Forest, Brentford, Wolves. Let me just go through the 3 games where we actually could have picked up 6 points instead of 3. Nottingham Forest, he had an open net, he shoots with his left foot, and somehow he couldn't even shoot it on target. That's 3 points dropped. 2 points dropped in that case. Brentford, 1-on-1 with Kelleher in the 93rd minute, bottled it. That's another 2 points. That's 4 points. And yesterday, 2-1 up, Martinelli running down that right-hand side. All he has to do is whip in a ball, and I think it's Trossard and Jesus are free in the box. Somehow, he's too slow to cross it in, lets the defender catch up, and he goes out for a corner. Corner, okay, fair enough. But if he whipped the ball into the box quick enough, we would have scored 3-1, wrapped the game up. Too slow. 3 games where he's cost us. Now, I'm not entirely blaming Martinelli, but he was absolutely dreadful yesterday. He was so bad. It's embarrassing. I'm pretty sure he lost the most amount of duels a player has ever done in a single game in the Premier League this season. He lost like 7 duels. He was so bad. Martinelli just isn't there. I think I could be better than him as well. At the same time, Martinelli has actually helped us though. Like Man City, he scored a goal. But it's mainly the Champions League. And this worst performance in an Arsenal shirt, yeah. One of the worst performances in an Arsenal shirt. Definitely. Just simply not good enough. Martinelli has never had a good match. I wouldn't say that. But I've actually been thinking about this. After Anthony Gordon scored 4 goals in the Champions League, I was just thinking, there's a reason why Anthony Gordon and Martinelli are doing so well in the Champions League, but they're stinking it up in the Premier League. The Premier League right now is just not made for fast wingers. Martinelli has scored 6 goals in the Champions League this season, and in the Premier League he's scored 1 in a quarter of the games. Anthony Gordon has scored 10 goals in 9 games in the Champions League. In the Premier League, God knows how many he's scored. There's a reason why, because the Champions League teams don't want to sit back, because they're the best teams in their respected leagues, so they're the ones going to attack. Even if you're playing, let's say, not Inter Milan, because they're actually a good team. I'm trying to think, even if we play Slavia Prague, for example, they're one of the best teams in their country. So when they're playing league football, they're gonna they're gonna attack. They're not gonna sit back. So when it comes to the Champions League, where they're the underdogs, they're not used to sitting back. So they're gonna play their normal football. So it's just a good game of football. And that's when there's so much space in and behind. And that's when Martinelli and Anthony Gordon can use their pace in and behind and just score countless goals. Martinelli has scored what? He was through on goal against Athletic Club, through on goal against Bayern Munich. Atletico Madrid, he had so much space and time. Who do you want to replace Martinelli? Kenan Yildiz. Or Barcola. Remind me of late 2024 Martinelli. Yeah, Trinity is a game, to be honest. That's what I mean. And then in the Premier League, they're just ghosting. Both of them. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I watch Newcastle and specifically Anthony Gordon week in, week out. But I watch Gabriel Martinelli week in, week out. And I could tell you he is a different man in cup competitions. And there's a reason behind it. There's loads of space. And he doesn't get space in the Premier League. Put him in the Bundesliga and Martinelli will look like prime flipping Ronaldinho. Swear down. But in the Premier League, he is just not good enough. He is just not good enough. Simply not good enough. And that's the issue with a lot of players at the moment. They aren't playing good enough. They don't want to play. They're not. He scored 6 goals in 7 times Champions League games. Yeah, that's what I mean. In the Champions League, he has so much space in and behind. But then in the Premier League, he has no space in and behind. And there's a difference. He's a player that needs space. And playing for Arsenal Football Club, you will not get space and time. Those are the 2 things that you won't get. And that's why Trossard has been so much better than him in the Premier League this season. Because Trossard relies on technical ability, less on pace. Martinelli relies on more pace and then technical ability, if you know what I mean. It's all adding up. It is all adding up. But what was I going to say? Yeah, there's been a few players in this 11 which I wouldn't say needs dropping, but they definitely need resting. Jurrien Timber, Martin Zubimendi. Them 2 specifically need resting. I'm not going to say dropped, but they need resting. Mikel Arteta is so afraid to use his squad depth. And it's so frustrating because Norgard, I've seen a stat this morning and I could not believe my eyes. Oh, Hamadoni, you just reminded me. I'm going to talk about Gabriel Jesus in a minute. You just reminded me. But I seen a stat this morning. Christian Norgard has played 32 minutes in the Premier League. In February. 32 minutes in the Premier League. Are you joking? 32 minutes. Norgard's a good player. He was Brentford's captain last season. And he's played 32 minutes. And then you got Ben White. He's played 411 minutes, which is more, but it's not good enough. They need more minutes. And Jurrien Timber and Martin Zubimendi, they've played 2,500 plus minutes this season. And yet it's evident that they need rest. They're fatiguing. They're getting tired. And then they become sloppy on the ball. And then they just get frustrating to watch. Use your squad depth. Let's read the chat for a second. Norgard is such an underrated player. I agree. I agree, Hamadoni. Forest, despite having most shots for in the game, Martinelli was substituted at half-time following a toothless performance where Arsenal failed to register a single shot on target in a 0-0 draw. Man. Like, he doesn't use subs. I know. It's not like he doesn't use subs, but he uses the wrong subs over and over again. And this is why I want to talk about Gabriel Jesus. 32 minutes. Wow, yes, I know. 32 minutes. 4 Premier League games. It's ridiculous. But this is when I talk about Gabriel Jesus. You see the difference between Gyökeres and Gabriel Jesus. They both offer us nothing really going forward. But defensively, they do. With Gyökeres on the pitch, Wolves were playing a back five almost. As soon as Gabriel Jesus comes on, the fullbacks push up, they play a back three, and they're more attacking. And going forwards, Gabriel Jesus can't hold up the ball good enough. He can't press good enough. He can barely run. Like, literally like 90 seconds before we conceded a goal, Gabriel Jesus was through on goal. Too slow. Couldn't even do anything. Couldn't get a shot on target. Couldn't even get a shot off. Couldn't win those the corner. And instead he loses the ball. It's like Timber is wrecked. Timber's so... I can tell he's knackered. Because literally in like the first 30 minutes he looks tired already. Like, we're literally running some of these players into the ground. Don't be surprised if they get injured. Seriously. Seriously. Don't be surprised. And like, that's to go. That's like, we're talking about Martin Zubimendi and Jurrien Timber getting run into the ground. We're not talking about like Declan Rice as well. Declan Rice is getting run into the ground. The only reason why we're not speaking about him is because he's not human. He loves running. He's actually not human. He runs so much, yet he still never looks tired. But he's getting run into the ground. Because Mikel Arteta doesn't trust his bench enough. And no one can really replace Declan Rice right now. Once Declan Rice is out the 11, the difference is night and day. It is night and day. Arsenal's lucky to have Timber, the best right back in the world. I won't say he's the best. I'll say he's top 3. But I think right now, at the minute, he's not playing where he should be. He's not playing anywhere near as good as he should be playing. Ben White needs to come into the 11. I honestly would go as far to say, start Ben White against Spurs. Start Ben White against Spurs, genuinely. Or start Norgard ahead of Zubimendi. Seriously. It's gotten to the point where they're getting so sloppy, it's costing us big time. I feel like he was the only one who actually wanted us to win. Yeah. Declan Rice just works his socks off. But also, one player that I do want to give his props, and I love him to death, Pierre Hincapié. I've been his #1 fan since the start of the season. Seriously, every single Arsenal fan, not every single, majority of Arsenal fans, criticising him. But I was always that one where I was like, I'd always seen the good in him. Like, every time he would come out of a game, and people were like, oh, he had a bad performance, I would always be thinking, oh, I thought Hincapié was good today. And then you started to really see his qualities against Chelsea in that 1-0 win in the Carabao Cup semi-final, where he was an absolute monster. And since then, he's been one of our better players. He has the hunger and the fight and the passion to go and win a title. He's already done that. By Leverkusen. He actually went unbeaten. He's already gone and done that. He knows what it takes to win a title. I mean, yes, it may be not the equivalent to the Premier League, but he knows what it takes. And you can see the hunger that he has, and it's like him and a few other players that really show like they really want it. The rest of them just don't care. They don't want it they don't want it enough, as much as us, me, Oliver, Rory Talks Football, whoever Arsenal fan it is. They don't want it as much as us, and it's so frustrating. He needs time to adapt. I think he's slowly adapting now. He's slowly starting to get better and better in the Premier League. Good, but defensively he's amazing. Yeah. I love Hincapié, man. I love Hincapié. I'll always be his #1 fan. I always give him his props. I made a video long time ago saying I like him. I just like him as a football player. I think he's very good. I wasn't aware of him when we first brought him in, but whenever Arsenal make a signing, I'm always going to back them no matter what. But once I seen him, the hunger that he has, the passion that he has for this football club, you can tell he wants it a lot more than some other players who have been at the club longer than at him. If he improves technically, he's amazing. Yeah, I agree. Why Arteta not playing Calafiori? So he got basically since Brighton on the 27th of December, which was 2 months ago, he picked up an injury for a whole month, came back. First game back, gave a penalty away, yellow card. Second game back, and then he started against Sunderland. Rusty, very very rusty. So then Hincapié came in, looked better. So Hincapié's been starting a few games. Then Calafiori was gonna start against Wigan on the weekend. Picked up a slight injury in the warm up, so he wasn't gonna start yesterday. Calafiori's just been hit with many injuries. That's why he's not been starting in the past 2 months. To be honest, his goal was a really good finish. Yeah, exactly. His goal was very good. And I think that's what's really annoying as well. Look what happens when we pass through the lines. One pass and we throw on goal. Same against Wigan. I know it's Wigan, but one pass and we throw on goal twice. Eze gets the ball on the halfway line and passes it through the lines twice and we scored from it. And again, yesterday, get the ball, stop passing it side to side non-stop, and look for the forward pass. And bam, we throw on goal and we scored. I mean, not Calafiori's fault, but it's not his main position. What? Left back? I mean, I know he's a centre back, but I think left back's now his main position. I think he's now converted to a left back. I can't see Calafiori playing centre back as well as he is playing left back right now. Because don't forget, literally at the start of the season, for the first couple of months, he was in contention for team of the season. He was one of, if not the best left back in the Premier League for the first couple of months. He's just been hit with so many injuries. He's so injury prone that he's just fallen off a cliff. And then he obviously scored an own goal yesterday, but you can't really blame him. But wow. I'm gonna try go live every day at 7 p.m. I might set the timer as like 7 p.m. every single day. I like going live. It's fun. We've been told to relax weeks ago, and look where we are now. Dropping points left, right, and centre. We are not winning anything. The way we play and the mentality of the players ain't it. Yeah. Yeah. Literally 10 days ago, Bernardo Silva, after the Liverpool game where they won 2-1, said if they were to lose the game against Liverpool, they would have been out the title race. 9 points clear. They think they couldn't have caught up, and they were this close to calling it season over for the Premier League, and we were this close to literally having a freebie for the Premier League. 10 days later, they are looking like the favourites. They're gonna be 2 points behind us. We've dropped off massively in the space of a couple of 2 weeks. Where's the ozone? Have you seen that thing with Ødegaard? He's doing like virtual reality, the headset, to gain a better idea of where to be positioning and stuff like that. What a ridiculous. Just turn your neck. Look around. Boys, if you are in here though, make sure you hit the like button. It'll be much appreciated. We go live every single day at 7 p.m. So make sure you're always there. Because, we just love talking about Arsenal, don't we? But it will be the end of the stream in about 5 minutes. So it'll be a good half an hour stream, which is good. It goes so quick when I go live. But it's not helping exactly. He's been so poor in the past 2 years. So poor. As our captain as well. By the way, where is he? What, Ødegaard? He picked up an injury. He picked up an injury against Brentford. Do you know when they scored their goal, Ødegaard went to go kick the ball, mistimed it, kicked the player. his knee kind of like went back or something. Managed to carry on for the rest of the game. The last 20 minutes, he managed to carry on, but then was seen limping after the game, and then since then he's just not been available for selection. But he should be back for the weekend. But so could if Kai Havertz is fit, then you start Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz is our best attacker, and it's not even a debate. I miss Kai Havertz, man. Why does he have to be so injury prone? If Kai Havertz wasn't injury prone, then we could have won the league already. Imagine if we had Kai Havertz for the remainder of the season. If we actually had Kai Havertz from now until the end of the season, fully fit, I think we can win the league. But if he's in and out of the team consistently, getting injuries, then it's not good. It's not good. It really is not good. But that will be the end of the stream. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Oliver, I appreciate you so much. I've seen you join in when I scheduled the live. That's the first ever person that's done that, typing in the chat even though I'm not live. Shows that you're a real supporter, and I appreciate you for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. And then tomorrow will just be news updates, or we'll just talk Arsenal. Then Saturday will be my match preview for Spurs. And then Sunday, it will be match reaction. Let's hope it's a positive one, because if it's not, then fucking hell, I'll be absolutely fuming. But thank you ever for watching. Before I end, make sure you go like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Make sure you go to my other YouTube videos. Go like them all, just because it will support me. But thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. If not, enjoy the rest of the weekend. Enjoy the rest of the week. Just smile. Despite Arsenal being shit, smile. Because that's all that matters. Hamadoni, thank you for tuning in, man. You absolute legend. You joined in yesterday and you're joining in today. Hopefully I can see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. What's ridiculous, Oliver? What's ridiculous? Oh, Elliot, you're too late, bro. Literally about to end. Elliot, I was saying that I'll go live every day at 7 p.m. just so you know, like, when I'm gonna be live. You know what I mean? I'll instead of going live random times, I'll go live 7 p.m. every day. And if I'm not live at 7 p.m., then I'm probably not gonna be live that day. But I'll try. I'll try to be every day. I'll be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. for, well, if there's any Arsenal news or whatnot. Then Saturday, 7 p.m. match preview against Spurs. 7 p.m. Sunday, match reaction against Spurs. But yeah, thank you everyone. I appreciate it. Make sure you go like the stream, like all my other videos, subscribe, turn on notifications, do all of that. And I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Thank you everyone. End of the day, Spurs are winning the league. Alright. Thank you everyone though. Appreciate it.